Hello and welcome to Living My Faith. I'm Chuck Coker, your host, and it's great having you here today. I have not one, but two amazing guests with me today. Stacy McCarthy, who is probably absolutely the best graphic artist in the world, and Richard Hoppe. So thank you both for being here and joining me today.
Well, thank you for
Great to be
having
here.
us.
It's good to have you. So, Stacy, tell me a little bit about how you blend this amazing skill that you have with graphic arts into the work that you do and sharing God with the people that you invest in.
Well, let's say, God has given us all talents. Like my husband happens to be an engineer, and I happen to be an artist. I'm a creative person. So our relationship works very well, actually. But ever since I was a little girl, I've been drawing, sketching. And I feel so blessed that I knew that in my heart that that's what I'm meant to do. And because of that, there is a big thunderstorm coming in right now. So just in case I do that, it's just coming overhead. I don't know if you can hear it. But anyways, with that being said, though, I love drawing. I love creating. And back in the 90s, I I'm from San Jose, California. So I worked for a I worked for Apple, and then in marketing, and then for a semiconductor manufacturer in marketing and graphic design. And then basically, during that time, I met my husband in the late 90s, 1997 actually. He was in the Navy, and he was pilot in the Navy, F-18. As you can see, I've done drawings, sculptures on that. And basically, after we toured the world for about 10 years, we landed back here in Jacksonville. And I always asked the Lord, I said, I've always wanted to finish my degree. I prayed about it. Before we left on our first tour in 2001, we went to Japan, and then we had back to back tours, then Italy, then back to Japan again. And I finished my AA in Associated Arts degree, AA. And I prayed about it, and I said, Lord, I don't know when I'm going to go back to school, but I trust in you and just to lead me in the right direction. Well, my husband landed the ROTC job at Jacksonville University, and it turns out that they consider him a professor, but it was great because dependents get a free education. And so that was a very much of a God moment. My husband walked in the door and he said, Stacy, guess what? You just got a free education at Jacksonville University. And I said, mm-hmm, all
Well,
right.
I know you do some work for your church. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yes, I work for my church. I create their website. I'm their photographer. I do all the graphic design, and I love it. I absolutely love it. I love working for the church. I love sharing, and then my whatever I can in the community, running my business. I the more I've grown in Christ, the more I want to support the church and the community, and it's almost like ministry work to me now. Um, so basically, yes, my church is one of my bigger clients, and basically, I love working for the church.
Well, I know that you've been a blessing to me personally, and I know you are to many others. So Rick, tell me about your journey. How has the Lord ordered your steps?
Well, first of all, I love what you do, Stacy. I'm surrounded by a bunch of creatives here at K-Love. I was in finished my degree, got my master's back in the '90s, and then jumped to several different churches from Michigan to Ohio. I had the privilege of serving with Alistair Begg for 7 years, and Pastor MacArthur for 7 years, and then been here at K-Love Radio for 7+ years now. So I love doing what I'm doing. I'm on the phone a lot, giving biblical counsel and the gospel all day. I do some speaking, doing some stuff for the radio a little bit here and there, and I have some. We do what's called Verse of the Day videos once a month. I'll be doing several of those here in the next couple hours. So love the opportunity that I have here. So I'm thankful.
Well, how did God bring something into your life to refocus you? Because we all have a story, we all have a background that the Lord ordered our steps to. So, in your present role, in your present position, how do you integrate that into the way that you interact with other people?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think for me, I had a grace awakening back in 1998. I'm an athlete. I played D1 tennis, and so my Christian life was always, try to just push through, push through, push through, and that's certainly important. But I, over time, was leading and teaching and preaching and doing all the ministry stuff, and I just started to get burnt out. Discouraged, anxious, things that, I mean, we all deal with certain things, but for me, it was something that I didn't really deal with. And I kept dealing with it more and more and got burnt out, even got depressed. I didn't know what was happening to me. And so I sat down with the pastor, and after an hour of, my wife was with me, and after an hour of unpacking my life, he looked at me and he said, Rick, you're living your life in a courtroom, constantly feeling judged by God, by yourself, and by others. What you need is a big dose of God's grace. And he said Psalm 34:22, which is really the sister passage of Romans 8:1, which says, there is therefore now no condemnation for those of us in Christ Jesus. And so that was really a watershed meeting I had, and really taught me about the grace of God. I already been a Christian 14 years, and that was huge for me because it really changed part of the paradigm. A lot of things externally look the same. I still love to encourage people. I love to help people through marriage or issues or anxiety or fear or whatever it might be. But internally, I really understood more and more the essence of the gospel, and how there's nothing I can do to make God love me anymore. There's nothing I can do to make him love me less. I am saved by grace, trying to live by grace. And I knew that intellectually, but that was really a watershed issue for me. And so I've had the opportunity of having over 20,000 conversations now with people, and constantly helping people understand the grace of God and what it means and how it impels us to live for Christ in our daily life. And so that would be a huge watershed moment for me. And now, just here working, I get the opportunity to speak with people all over the place, all over the United States, Denmark, all over the place here at Caleb. And so I'm very thankful for that opportunity.
That's fantastic. So Rick, if somebody listening to this video today would like to get in touch with you, how would they do that?
Yeah, well, personally, hoppewest1@gmail.com is my website's getting updated again, but hoppewest1@gmail.com is my personal email, and they can contact me there. I don't know if I should give my phone number. They can text me if they want, but yeah, email would probably be the best for right now. That would be great.
What a blessing it's been to have you and Rick both with me today. And I'm just grateful and pray that both of you would be blessed of the Lord and be prospered in the truest biblical sense as you walk with him all the days of your life. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And this is Chuck Coker. I'll be signing off. Thank you so much for joining us today, and I look forward to seeing you next time.